There's a moment every man experiences in his life when a woman comes to him with her troubles, her frustrations, her emotions. And in that instant, most men make a fatal mistake. They believe she's asking for a solution. They think she's seeking answers, logic, or advice. But here's the truth that few men ever realize. When a woman tells you her problems, she doesn't want you to fix them. She wants to feel something. She wants connection, presence, and understanding. And the way you respond will either make her respect you more or quietly lose attraction for you forever. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This simple Stoic truth applies perfectly here. Because when a woman opens up emotionally, she's handing you a test, not a request. The test is simple. Can you remain calm, grounded, and strong in the face of her emotional storm? Or will you lose yourself trying to fix what was never broken? Most men think masculinity means solving, explaining, or rescuing. But a Stoic man understands that real strength lies in restraint, in silence, in the ability to remain unmoved while still being compassionate. A woman doesn't fall for a man because he fixes her life. She falls for the man who can remain still when her emotions are chaos. This is the paradox of attraction. The more emotionally stable you are, the more a woman feels safe enough to be vulnerable around you. When she shares her pain, she's unconsciously asking, "Can you handle me?" And if your energy shakes, if you rush to give advice, if you take her words personally, you fail the test. Because she doesn't need your solution. She needs your strength. In today's lesson, we'll use the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius to understand the hidden psychology behind why women share their problems, and how a Stoic man should respond to it. Part 1. The hidden test of emotion. When a woman tells you her problems, it's not just casual talk. It's a subconscious evaluation of your energy. She's observing how you react when she's emotional, uncertain, or insecure. And make no mistake, your reaction reveals your character more than your words ever could. Marcus Aurelius taught that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When you let a woman's emotions paint your mood, you lose your frame. But when you remain grounded, her emotions begin to align with your calmness. This is what feminine energy instinctively seeks, the man who doesn't get swept away by her storm. A woman might tell you how her day went wrong, how people disappointed her, or how she feels lost. And if you immediately jump in with solutions, "You should do this," or "Don't worry, it'll be fine," you're missing the essence. She doesn't want a coach. She wants a container. A grounded presence. To a Stoic man, this is a form of training. Life itself will test your discipline through others' emotions, especially women's. She's not consciously trying to test you, but the feminine nature is drawn to strength, to stillness in chaos. The more you remain composed, the more she feels protected without you saying a word. Marcus would remind himself daily, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but your estimate of it. When a woman comes to you with problems, it's not the words that test you, it's your estimate of her emotions. Do you see them as threats to your peace or as opportunities to exercise control over your inner world? The modern man has forgotten this art. Society has taught men to be fixers, to jump into action, to offer advice before listening, to speak before feeling. But Stoicism teaches the opposite. Respond, don't react. A Stoic man doesn't rush to repair. He observes, understands, and holds his composure. This is not emotional coldness. It's emotional mastery. The woman doesn't need you to drown with her. She needs you to be the rock she can hold on to while she regains her balance. When you become that rock, her respect grows, her trust deepens, and her attraction multiplies. So when a woman tells you her problems, don't rush to speak. Don't rush to fix, just be. Let her emotions flow. Let her words move through the air like wind, while you remain as steady as a mountain. That's the masculine energy that makes a woman feel safe and drawn. Part 2. The Stoic Response. Power in Stillness. Imagine Marcus Aurelius in the middle of a Roman storm, chaos around him, noise, complaints, demands. Yet his face remains calm, his heart steady. He listens, but he doesn't absorb the chaos. He observes, but he doesn't identify with it. That is the essence of the Stoic response. When a woman brings you her emotional storm, you must become that same stillness. Your silence should not be passive. It should be powerful. Your presence should speak louder than any advice you could give. Here's the mistake most men make. They confuse stillness with disinterest. But stillness, when paired with focus, becomes magnetic. When you truly listen, not with the intent to fix but to understand, she feels seen. She feels understood. And paradoxically, that understanding is what she needed all along. Marcus once wrote, "To be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved and the raging of the sea falls still around it. That's your role when she opens up. You are not there to change the tide. You are there to remain unshaken." The Stoic man's power comes from detachment, not emotional withdrawal, but freedom from the need to control outcomes. When you detach from the urge to fix, you gain the power to truly connect. Because now your attention isn't on solving her, it's on being present. Every word she speaks is an opportunity for you to demonstrate emotional control. Every emotional wave she throws at you is a chance to prove that you cannot be moved. That is what women unconsciously crave, not dominance, but dependability. Not perfection, but presence. And here's the irony. When you stop trying to fix her problems, she begins to fix them herself. Your calm energy gives her the safety to find her own strength. Your silence becomes the mirror in which she regains her clarity. So, next time a woman tells you her problems, remember, it's not about what she says, it's about what she's truly asking. She's asking, "Can you handle my emotions without losing your center?" If you can, she'll feel drawn to you in a way that logic can't explain. And if you can't, if you become emotional, defensive, or impatient, she'll feel that weakness instantly. Because a woman can feel energy faster than words can express it. That's why Stoicism isn't just philosophy, it's masculine psychology at its highest level. There's something most men will never understand. Women don't fall in love with logic. They fall in love with how you make them feel when they are most vulnerable. When she tells you her problems, your natural masculine instinct wants to fix them. You want to show your intelligence, your capability, your solutions. But that is your ego speaking, not your strength. Marcus Aurelius warned us. The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength. Logic has its place, but when a woman opens up emotionally, logic without empathy feels cold. It doesn't reach her heart. She doesn't remember your solution. She remembers whether she felt heard. Women are emotional communicators. They speak to express, not to resolve. To them, sharing is a form of bonding. When you interrupt her flow with advice, she feels misunderstood, unseen, and emotionally disconnected. To a Stoic man, understanding this difference is power. You are not meant to abandon logic. You are meant to master emotion through awareness. You don't let her emotions pull you out of control, but you also don't dismiss them. You balance empathy with stability. When she shares her troubles, look at her with calm eyes. Listen without judgment. Let her feel that you're not rushing to fix, nor are you running away. That's the duality that makes a man irresistible. Presence without pressure, empathy without reaction. Marcus once said, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" When a woman opens up to you, that's part of your pattern, a test sent by life to strengthen your composure. You were chosen to listen, not to control, to understand, not to fix. This is where true masculine power begins, the ability to sit in silence while emotions rage around you, to see through the illusion that something must be done. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. Just be there. Because for the feminine, presence is proof of care. When you can give her that, she will open up more deeply. She will trust your frame. She will see you not as another man who panics under pressure, but as the one who holds his ground no matter how emotional the storm becomes. Part 4. The psychology of testing. Can you handle her truth? Let's go deeper into the psychology of this moment. When a woman tells you her problems, she's not just venting. She's subconsciously testing your ability to handle emotional truth. She wants to know, can you hold me when I'm not perfect? When I'm emotional? When I'm uncertain? Marcus Aurelius faced wars, betrayal, and loss, yet his strength was not loud. It was quiet, unshakable, and inward. He knew that people reveal themselves under emotion, and so does a woman. When she's vulnerable, when she's overwhelmed, she's showing you her truest self, and how you handle that truth determines whether she feels safe or judged. Most men fail here. They interrupt, argue, or detach because her emotions make them uncomfortable. But a Stoic man welcomes discomfort. He knows that discomfort is training. A woman's emotional wave is not a threat. It's a mirror. It reflects your self-control. If you get angry, frustrated, or dismissive, it exposes the instability within you. But if you remain centered, calm, and grounded, it shows mastery. It shows you can handle life, and therefore, you can handle her. Marcus wrote, "You shouldn't give circumstances the power to rouse anger, for they don't care at all." The same applies here. Her emotions don't care about your logic or your irritation. They only reveal your level of discipline. A wise man listens more than he speaks. He observes the emotion without being pulled into it. That's how he earns her respect. Because women don't test your words, they test your energy. They want to see if you're consistent, if your calm is real or performative. When she's emotional, your calm should be effortless. Not forced, not fake. When your silence feels confident, not distant, she feels your masculine energy. She starts to feel safe in your presence because you are not trying to overpower her emotions. You are simply strong enough to contain them, and that is the difference between ordinary men and Stoic men. Ordinary men react. Stoic men understand. Ordinary men drown in emotion. Stoic men breathe through it. That is the level of control Marcus Aurelius lived by, the control that every man can achieve if he masters his inner world first. So remember, when she tells you her problems, don't see it as drama. See it as data, a chance to show discipline, a moment to prove that your peace cannot be shaken. Because when your calm becomes unbreakable, her heart becomes yours without resistance. Part 5. Turning emotion into connection. Now that you understand the meaning behind her words, let's explore how to turn these emotional moments into deep connection. When a woman opens up, she's inviting you into her inner world. She's saying, "I trust you enough to let you see my chaos." And your reaction will either reinforce that trust or destroy it. Marcus Aurelius once reflected, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." The same truth applies here. Don't argue, don't explain, don't analyze. Just be the calm, attentive man she can lean on. When she speaks, let your energy communicate patience. Nod slightly. Maintain calm eye contact. Don't interrupt. Let her finish. Let her emotions rise and fall like waves, while you remain as still as the shore. This is not submission. It's mastery. It's the understanding that your silence has more impact than your speech. Because in silence, she feels your stability. And stability to a woman is the highest form of attraction. Once her emotions start to settle, then, and only then, can you speak. And when you do, speak softly. Don't lecture. Don't correct. Just validate. Say things like, "I understand that must have been hard," or "I hear you." Those small phrases carry more weight than paragraphs of advice. To a Stoic man, Validation doesn't mean agreeing, and it means understanding. You can acknowledge her feelings without losing your logic. You can hold space for her without becoming emotional yourself. When you do this consistently, something powerful happens. Her nervous system begins to relax around you. She stops being defensive. She stops testing you. She feels peace when she's with you. And that peace becomes addictive. Women crave the man whose calm becomes her calm. And this is where the Stoic principle of leading by example becomes magnetic. You don't preach self-control. You demonstrate it. You don't tell her to calm down. You embody calmness so deeply that she mirrors it. Marcus Aurelius led Rome not with fear, but with calm conviction. He didn't need to shout to command respect. The same applies to your relationships. You don't need to dominate. You need to demonstrate discipline. When a woman feels that, her attraction turns into admiration. Because she realizes she's with a man who doesn't just survive emotion. He transcends it. And that's the kind of man she'll never want to lose. The greatest weakness of the modern man is not physical, it's emotional. Men today absorb the emotions of others until they lose their own peace. They take responsibility for everyone's feelings except their own. But Marcus Aurelius warned, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When a woman comes to you with her emotions, remember, they are hers, not yours. You are not meant to carry them. You are meant to witness them. Absorbing her chaos doesn't make you empathetic. It makes you unstable. The Stoic man knows how to feel without drowning, to care without losing control, to listen without internalizing. This is where true masculine power lies, in your ability to remain emotionally neutral while still being emotionally aware. You understand her tears, but they don't shake you. You understand her anger, but you don't react to it. You understand her confusion, but you don't mirror it. A woman's emotions are like the wind, sometimes soft, sometimes violent, but always changing. The Stoic man, however, is the tree that bends but never breaks. You don't resist her emotions. You let them pass through you. Because resisting creates tension, and tension leads to conflict. But when you accept them with calmness, her energy naturally settles. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." When a woman is emotional, don't match her emotion. When she's frustrated, don't mirror frustration. That's what average men do. They react. But the Stoic man responds. He chooses stillness when others would choose chaos. He leads by peace. And here's the truth. The more emotional control you develop, the more respect and attraction you earn. Women are deeply drawn to men whose emotions don't fluctuate based on circumstances. Because in her heart, she knows, if he can handle me at my worst, he can handle the world. This doesn't mean you suppress emotions. It means you govern them. A king doesn't kill his emotions, he rules them. You must do the same. When you sense tension, breathe slowly. When she tests your patience, smile slightly. When she becomes emotional, remain warm, not cold. Because the combination of strength and gentleness is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. In that moment, when she realizes you won't react or crumble, when she feels that no matter how chaotic her emotions are, your peace remains, that's when she begins to truly respect you. She may not say it, but she feels it in every part of her being. You become her grounding force, the quiet confidence she didn't know she needed. That's emotional mastery. And that's the energy that only a Stoic man can maintain. Part 7. What she really wants. Presence, not perfection. So now we arrive at the core truth. What does it truly mean when a woman tells you her problems? It means she's inviting you to connect, not to correct. She doesn't want your perfection. She wants your presence. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Do every act of your life as though it were the very last." That includes listening. When she opens up, give her your full presence. No distractions, no phone, No impatience. Just you, fully aware, fully listening. Because when a woman feels your undivided attention, she feels valued. She feels safe. She feels seen. And that's what she's truly searching for when she shares her pain. She doesn't want you to erase it. She wants to be witnessed in it. She doesn't want you to fix her life. She wants to know you can stand with her in the middle of it without running away. When you master this, you become unforgettable. Because most men don't listen, they wait to speak. They don't understand, they try to defend. But you, the Stoic man, do neither. You just listen. And in that listening, you create the space for her emotions to dissolve. Understand this clearly. Women don't remember the exact words you said. They remember how your energy made them feel. If she felt peace, calm, and understanding when she was with you, she'll crave that energy again and again. That's how emotional connection becomes attraction. That's how attraction becomes loyalty. The secret is simple. Stop trying to be the perfect man and start being the present man. Your calmness is what builds trust. Your silence is what builds mystery. Your patience is what builds connection. Marcus Aurelius led with restraint, not reaction. You must do the same in your relationships. Every time a woman opens up emotionally, treat it as a sacred moment. A moment to practice discipline, awareness, and presence. Because the man who can remain calm in emotional storms can conquer not only a woman's heart, but his own soul. Ending. The Stoic truth about emotional strength. So, the next time a woman tells you her problems, don't rush to solve them. Don't detach or retreat. Just be still. Listen. Let her emotions pass through you like waves around a rock. Because that is what Marcus Aurelius meant when he said, "Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved and the raging sea falls still around it. Be that rock. Be that calm. Be that man." Understand that emotional control doesn't mean coldness. It means clarity. It means you feel everything, yet remain in command. It means you are capable of compassion without losing your center. That is the essence of Stoicism and the foundation of masculine power. When a woman tells you her problems, she is not asking you to save her. She's asking you to stay, to be grounded enough to hold space for her without judgment, without solutions, without fear. If you can do that, you'll earn something rare, her trust, her peace, and her respect. Because in a world full of loud men trying to prove their worth, the quiet man who listens becomes unforgettable. He doesn't chase validation. He doesn't seek control. He simply is. And that presence, calm, confident, composed, is what every woman instinctively desires, and what every Stoic man strives to become. So remember this final truth from Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Keep your thoughts disciplined. Keep your emotions steady. And you'll realize, when a woman tells you her problems, she's not testing your logic. She's testing your peace. And the man who masters his peace masters everything.